Hello, my masculines and my feminines who are alphas. So, this is my heart to heart message on how to heal the masculine and the alpha. And I'm doing these episodes because I really feel it's important for us to heal our masculines as feminine energies. And I will be very firm. I will be very honest because that's what my work is. And I just, I've been feeling this has been placed in my heart for a very long time. And I'm really happy to do it. So I'm hoping most masculines and alphas connect with this and they find healing and messages that they will need. That will help them heal and really validate sometimes our intuitive GPS who help us guide us on what on life and how to progress and what the next steps to do. So there are masculine energies are definitely, I feel overall in the world, are definitely suffering. And so this is my contribution to our masculines. Let's all heal and, let's do it together. So I'm Larisa Lili. You could call me Gina. I'm Gina. My real name is Gina Bell, but Gina for short for everybody watching. But this is, a journey I have started taking, and I've done this, I've been doing my work for a good, can't even count, but it's been in my family for a long time. But I really wasn't a huge part of it until about, I would say 2016. It's when the venture really, really started, but I've been in and out, since I was young. So anyways, there are messages as I meditated for this message. I like to meditate and really think about what this message needs to be. So I have a few things for you guys, and the things we're going to focus on. And one of the things I'm hearing and I heard during my meditation was it's time for our masculines to come back to their hearts, finding the things that truly make them happy and making it a priority. And so I know that may sound cliche, but I don't think our masculines feel safe. And so I think there are things that when spirit guides me, it's because it's definitely something that needs to happen. So my masculines and my alphas, please know that you have to, in order for you to lighten the pressures of life and yourself, usually comes from a place of love. And the place of love is a feminine energy, an energy you may not be comfortable in. But in order to do that, you need to find it in something. I feel for our masculines, where it doesn't feel so feminine, sometimes it's best to find it in something you love. And when you're passionate about something, then that is a form of feminine energy. Anything creative, any passions, any creativity is a feminine energy. Anything you're putting your soul and passion in your heart in. So you're still practicing it. That's why you need to apply it in whether it's a hobby, whether it's spending time with your family, playing board games with your family, going for a bike, spending time in nature, whatever that may be to you. This is the time, it's time to face those things. So to follow that message was maybe changing environment. I think it's important for masculines maybe to figure out a way to change the environment, and that could be your space. That could even be I feel it could even be the energy of freshening yourself up, right? On the outside, and maybe nurturing yourself more on the outside. Maybe the colors you're wearing in terms of your clothes, maybe it's your haircut, anything to that nature. But it also shifts the energy within yourself, and it'll put you in a more positive and confident mindset, which helps you again with the energy of moving forward and just continuing, to move forward. The other thing is being clear with your communication. And we all know that masculines are, especially alpha masculines, are very have a hard time communicating and being clear with their communication. At least they think they are. They just don't come from a compassionate place. So they can be very cutthroat, cut short kind of form of communication, and it comes extremely cold and firm. When you communicate things in a more loving manner, then you're able to communicate things more effectively, and then you'll be understood more effectively. I also felt not holding back. So honesty is important. Don't fear your truth. Don't fear your authenticity. That creates blockages, and then that will just make you more stressed out and more frustrated with yourself and everybody around you. And nobody wants a frustrated masculine energy. I mean, I've suffered that myself, so I do know the feeling. But that's all. A lot of the times that happens to me because I don't, I'm not really speaking my truth, and I hate fakeness. And I'm an empath, and so I'm a super empath. I keep my circle very tight now, just because I just don't care for people who are not genuine. It doesn't resonate with my soul nor my spirit. It really makes my spirit uncomfortable. And so creating those firm boundaries and being vocal about it does intimidate people, but I'm okay with that. You know why? Because it's created authenticity and freedom within myself. And what's more important is my peace of mind. And so I'm about preserving that. And anyone who loves me is going to respect that. So, please do focus on those blockages where you do restrict yourself from speaking truth. Okay. So the other thing I heard was face fear, and that will make you grow stronger. So fears, again, I feel like it goes with the communication and all the blockages. And so it's just time to face those things you keep, belief systems, a lot of things that are holding you back. So it's release the fear. This is a time, we're in a place and time in this world right now where fear is a big thing. And so the uncertainty is putting everyone in a very restricted energy field. And so ask yourself, what can you do to reduce the amount of fear within your own emotional body? So please do think about that, masculines. And then change direction. If you need to change direction now, and I really think this is probably the best time to change direction. And in many ways, again, in who you share your time with and what you do, how you apply your time, creating maybe a routine that creates some level of structure. But whatever that's going to build confidence with yourself to then apply everything else I mentioned. So those were my notes, because I really thought about this, and I'm sure if Spirit puts it in my heart, I'm pretty sure it's going to come out. So I like to use these oracles because it just helps with the message, and they're just good for pictorial to connect, and it's just a good visual. So Spirit, give me guidance here of what our masculine and alphas need to do to heal this month. Thank you. What else do they need to do to heal this month, Spirit? What other guidance can we give, okay, to heal this month? Oh my goodness, you guys, we're gonna refine your attention, of course. Engage in higher reason. Yes. Shine your light and speak up. We just had a whole conversation right now. I mean, I love when Spirit confirms my messages. We just had a whole conversation about speaking up, and it's shining your light is, again, what is going to ignite you again, that place in your heart and your soul to be able to be happy, to be able to come back to your hearts, but in ways that still make you feel you, and then engage in higher reason. Let it be for reasons that are beyond you, more important than anything else, and anything that is below a certain priority level, and that is setting those hard boundaries and getting clear about those blockages that we also mentioned. So engage in higher reason. What is the purpose? You want to avoid any blockages that are in you, so you can actually free yourself from it, and then refine your attention. Same thing is you freeing yourself, finding the thing that's really going to ignite your heart to get you in this place of happiness and out of this place of boredom and maybe routine, monogamous kind of lifestyle. Like, it's just, day in, day out. And look at that. Be patient. Patience. So practicing, I'm gonna put that right here, practicing more patience with yourself and with others during this time. I tend to like to feel the energies. So I always have these moments of silence, my masculine outfit. So yeah, we're gonna dig now, because we not only will we talk about the good things, but we're gonna talk about the things that are preventing us, right? So we're gonna look into shadows. That's what these episodes is about, us dealing what we need to do and embrace, what we need to embrace in our lives, and the changes we need to do to shift. But we also, in order to do this shift, we have to look at what our shadows are and what we're going through within, and in those deep places we don't like to share. Masculines, as I said in my last episode, and I will say it here, this is a safe space. There's no judgment. This isn't a he said, she said. Please don't make that a battle in my comments. But this is simply to deal with the face our fears, face our biggest, darkest shadows, things we don't get to really share out in the open, and start becoming comfortable with our vulnerability, because there's so much power in it, and it's time for that shift to happen. And people, in order to be authentic, you need to be vulnerable. There's no way around it. If you can't feel comfortable with that, then you're always going to battle within yourself, because you're not authentic to yourself, and that's a battle within yourself, nobody else. So Spirit, what are the blockages here we have to help our masculines with? We've got awakening, of course. What else? What are the blockages we need to share with our masculines to help them heal? Focus. Yeah, positive. Indecision, frustrated, planning, and bondage. And then in the bottom of that, friendship. And then below that is defeated. So I feel like this confirms a lot of what we were saying. This is awakening to your heart, right? So we have awakening, and this is us refining what awakens our soul, and what puts us in this place of being true to ourselves. And in order to do that, you have to shine what's within. You have to be authentic, and you need to be able to be vocal about it and speak it. Focus is shifting that focus. We talked about earlier is how do you prioritize, again, prioritize what's going to make you happy and positive. How can this change be positive for you and for everyone in your surrounding? Dealing with those blockages that may interfere with the way you're communicating, because right, your energy needs to be positive, because masculine energies, alphas, are very strong energies. Your energies can shift the room. So if you're not in a good mood, then everyone's going to feel it. And the last thing anyone wants is a toxic masculine and our alpha energy that is going to be, you know, condescending, is going to be demeaning. And just because obviously we're talking about masculine alpha, most of these energies are never really going to be in their hearts, so they're never really going to be in a place of compassion. So if this affects you and you're in this state of negativity, practice things that are going to always put you in a positive state, because then that changes the environment. Okay, and do know that if you're in a negative place, how people respond and react to you, you're not going to like it. And so then it's going to continue this cycle of frustration that you're going to go to, because it comes, you're going to just look at it and view it as, oh, you know, they're too emotional or this. You're not going to come from a compassionate place. And this is a time for you to, in order to be in your hearts, you have to learn to be vulnerable, come from a compassionate place. And be patient with people, right? We have be patient here. So be patient with everyone in your surroundings. Be patient with the people, your friendships, you know. Then we have here indecision. And this is, you know, I'm feeling like this is just you secretly. I think masculines do suffer with indecisions, and because you're in this masculine energy, and you're this alpha, it's almost like you need someone who is your equal to be able to make you feel safe in anything that has to be decided in your life. And so if you don't feel safe, then you're the only person to make the decision. But what is frustrating, right? So here we have frustrating. That is frustrating masculines, where you're the only person who you could confide in, and the only person you can trust. So that's going to be, you know, put you again in a negative space. And you would have to cope with that with learning how to delegate. And that is within your family, your household, you know, your children, you know, your husband, your wife, you know, your mom, like learning to know that you don't have to handle everything. You can trust someone else to do it. And then that means also speaking up. You have to speak up about these things. So if you're honest and then you're patient with explaining what needs to get done and what you need to pass on so you can come back more to yourself, then that's going to alleviate a lot of the responsibilities in your life. Until you don't do that, if you can't feel like you can trust at all, and you're in this place where you feel you need to control everything, then it's not going to happen. And that's why Spirit definitely was saying refine your attention. You're not going to be able to refine your attention if you're doing it all. You can't possibly do it all. And then here we have planning and bondage. And honestly, I feel like that goes with what I'm saying. You create your own bondage. You're going to have to plan, right? You're going to have to plan. This is something you're going to have to, if it needs to be in a masculine way, then strategically plan how you're going to release yourself and allow yourself to give yourself space to finally be in a more feminine space, in a more creative space, in a more happy space, in a more space where you can shine your light. And when you say shine your light, shine in ways that maybe people don't normally see you, because you're too much in this state of control, or in this state of and in bondage of the things you think you've put in your mind and convinced yourself that you've had to control. So it's time to release. It's time to release. It's time for you to engage in higher reasoning, and it's time for you to definitely awaken to your heart and refine your attention. I think that is being extremely stressed here. And that is our heart-to-heart conversation right now. So I'm going to find some toxic triggers, some more toxic triggers, because this wouldn't be a healing heart-to-heart if we're not talking about more darker things. Spirit, so what toxic triggers here do our masculines need to we need to focus on this month, please, Spirit? What is it they need to focus on? Wow. Don't look back. You're not going that way. Moving on. I mean, yeah. Letting go of the past. And that was the message earlier, is you changing your environment, changing things that you're doing. So don't look back. Don't look back. You're moving forward. Changing parts of yourself, changing, we mentioned maybe the things you're wearing, the colors you're wearing, anything that is going to shift your energy at this time. Player, you're not the only one. Ask them. Oof. Now for my single alpha masculines, obviously, you already know that this energy is never going to take you anywhere. When you're in this energy, that just simply means you are not building, really. Your focus is off, and you're not coming from a place in your heart. And how can you possibly be in your heart when you're being deceptive to people? That just means you're deceptive to yourself. Remember, any behavior you do to others, you're doing it to yourself. I don't ever understand the concept and the rationality behind people with certain behaviors. And this one for sure, it's not, you guys know it's not healthy. Men or women who do it, it's not healthy. These are the same people who talk about, I never find love. I mean, I've had my share of players in my life, and it's insane how they've convinced themselves that it's everybody else and not them. I mean, I don't last that long with individuals like that, because I think it's actually really, I challenge them. Of course, they won't talk to someone like me. I mean, let's laugh a little here. They won't talk to someone like me because they don't want to be honest with themselves. Like, let's be real. Players never want to be honest with themselves. They like to deal with the ones who believe the crap. And if you like to deal with that, do know that it's very apparent and obvious to anyone who has any logical and common sense that you are lying to yourself. So let's see more toxic here triggers, please, Spirit. What else do our masculines for this message here? What are we dealing with? Affirm. Yeah, see, positive. Take back your power with positive self-talk. Yeah, I mean, speak up. I feel like this is definitely important right now, that it's time for you guys to be more authentic, to really truly say what you mean and mean what you say. And it be positive. We've got positive twice here. Take back your power with positive talk. So this is about you actually, creating a positive mindset as well. And again, that reflects on everything else you do and how people are going to react back to you. So we want to shift that energy, and we definitely want to share that with people. We want people to enjoy our aura and our energy field and our energy space. It doesn't need to be of tension and frustration. Like, that's not enjoyable. That just puts people in a state of sometimes fear. It could also put people in a state of abuse, emotional abuse, and that's not healthy. So I want to look at let's see what else we can find. Okay. Remember who you are and where you come from. Again, I feel like that has authenticity. Remember who you are and where you come from. Like, at this point, you come from source. Connect with yourself, awaken to yourself. At the end of the day, you need to start asking yourself, what is your own purpose, and what is it you're trying to accomplish with you, with your soul, with the things that really speak to your heart, with the things that you know, with who you are, the things that truly resonate with you. Where do you come from? You know, be authentic with that question, you know. And after this, you know what, masculines, please journalize that. Let's take that a note. Remember who you are and where you come from. Ask yourself, journalize that. And gratitude, an attitude of gratitude will transform your paradigm. Thank you. Yes. You know, be in the state of gratitude. That is going to transform your entire environment. Being in the state of gratitude, being grateful for the little things. Again, we were talking about controlling your environment, you know, earlier. That is not being in a state of gratitude. I'm sorry. When you confine yourself and thinking that you're the only person that can manage a space. And again, this could be home, work, you know, mom, dad, like, you know, some of you who are taking care of elders, you know, find ways to be in a state of gratitude. That's what's going to change. And it's a mental shift. It truly is a mental shift. And so I would say find a ritual of your own liking, whether that is a walk in the morning, or even that cup of coffee or cup of tea in the morning, and just spend it with quietly, whatever you feel you need to do to kind of center yourself. That's what you should do, masculines. So let's get a power of perspective here. Spirit, what is the power of perspective we can give our masculines here right now? So what can we give them for this message? What is the power of perspective? Oh, jeez. Give me a power of perspective. I guess we want all of it. Okay. You can't change someone who doesn't see an issue in their actions. Thank you. You can't control everything. You can only have control of yourself. You can't change something that someone else can't see. That is not your job, masculines, and I think that tends to kind of happen a lot. You can't change someone who doesn't see an issue in their actions. On top of that, this is a message for you too, right? You can't change someone who doesn't see an issue in their actions. You can't change yourself, masculines and my alphas, unless you see your actions. And so like what we were saying earlier, you need to be more authentic, and you need to see how you're coming across to people, coming in with a more positive light. This is going to require you to plan and make some changes in your life, for you to really change and refine your attention, engage in higher reasoning, and being more happy. And that requires for you to see an issue within your own actions. That's hard for any masculine to admit. Masculines don't like to admit when they're wrong a lot of the times. So, and then they avoid it. Avoidance doesn't, that's my biggest quote. Avoidance doesn't set you free. It doesn't set you free. So Spirit, let's give, we're going to get a positive. Let's see, what's the guidance to close this out, what is the guidance we have to give our masculines? Precious time. The fairy of time wants you to experience every moment fully and to make the most of your precious time. Be mindful not to waste others' time either. Thank you. This is just closing this reading for sure. Time to really come back. Find the creative, feminine activity that will make you happy and that will really make you feel fulfilled. I think that is the key here. That a message here is for you to find something that's more fulfilling, which will spill over in all the other areas and how you come across to others. Also be mindful not to waste others' time. So you don't want to waste your time. Time is precious, right? You don't want to waste other people's time. And so with that is releasing some bondage for yourself and releasing that to others. But also, if it comes to, like, let's say for those who are in work environments where you might be a little bit of a micromanager, if you feel the need to always control the environment, you are wasting time. There's nothing more that I hate is a micromanager. And they waste the most time due to the lack of confidence. And let's be real. If you're a manager, I'm a finance manager. So I imagine I'm harsh all the time, but I don't micromanage my team at all. I think it's the most craziest thing. But the manager above me does. He micromanages me. And I waste a lot of time doing really petty stuff. And it doesn't move us any faster. It's actually a resistance. And a lot of the times what's happening when he's in this energy, because he's very masculine. Anyone in finance, if you're in finance and you're in this message, you already know what I'm talking about. What I know when he's in this micromanaging energy is because he lacks experience and he doesn't know what he's doing. So for him not to show, he'll get more paranoid and will want to control this space. But it's easy. It's like when you have experience, it's easy to notice someone who is in that state. So if that means you need to get stronger in other areas, that's something you need to work on yourself. That level of energy, will affect the people around you. So that's for the few who are in work environments, management positions, because we're talking about masculine alpha people as well, and they just come in all forms. And in your family, it's you delegating, allowing other people to really take more initiatives, and you releasing yourself from that. And no, you don't have to do it all the time. No, it doesn't matter if it's not perfect. Let them do it anyway. People have to learn themselves. People have to grow themselves. We can't control how people grow. And for moms too, for anyone who are moms and are too involved in their kids. No, you set the foundation, but no, you don't have to watch their every step. The worst thing, even now when I'm managing millennials, I will say managing millennials now, it's the worst because they need constant validation. Did I send this email right? Did I write this right? Does it make sense? I've never in my life, in the years, have I ever seen anything like this. And I think it's just the coddling that has been done to a lot of the kids as well. So we need to create more freedom, my masculines. We need to create more freedom. We need to create more trust, and we need to be more patient. We need to come from a place of gratitude. Remember who you are, and then we need to awaken to our hearts. So that is my heart-to-heart message, masculines. I will see you in the next episode. So please, thank you for joining Larisa Lili's Temperance. Remember, my masculines, this really comes from a place of love, because this is things that we need to face and we want to heal. This has to be a safe space. We want to heal. We need to really, really feel comfortable talking about our frustrations and the things we go through. So remember, live always relentlessly in striving aspiration. This is the evolution of your soul, and I am here to nurture you. So with that said, masculines, I will see you in the next episode. Bye.